Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crazy adventure. Now it's been a little bit since I played. I haven't been able to play quite as recently as I had hoped, but I've done a lot off camera. Um, that pretty much prepared a lot of stuff. Kind of did some little tedious little this and that. So I shall go over what I've done and go over what I'm going to do today and stuff in the process. So let me show you first off. I haven't quite organized all the mess that I brought back from the last episode, but I did finally move the ender chest and deal with the chest that was here and put it back up here. But meanwhile, I also have the unsortedness of these chests. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull this out as well. So yeah, I have a big, nice, lovely, horrible mess of an inventory. So yeah, it's kind of it's not the most ideal. It's not the ideal thing that I desire. But I've done a lot of stuff. You know how I started witchery? I did not want to do all of it on camera because it's very long, tedious, and a lot of it involved me going AFK, staring with this thing right here open. Pretty much what I did. Tabbed out, letting saplings burn. That's what I did a lot of the time. So yeah, let's put these on this shelf. So that's what I've done a lot of the time. I went to the Nether and I created a lot of these things. These are created, if I can find the actual recipe, by using the US of Magic with diamonds and lava buckets. Of course, I have plenty of diamonds. I also have some in my inventory as well. I also have 3 blocks as well. And Whips of Magic are simply burning rowan saplings. I haven't planted any back, but I managed to get rowan saplings. I basically just went for the saplings. I didn't basically stop for anything besides the saplings. I don't know why I didn't bother getting the other things, but I created some mutandis just to get enough stuff. I basically just created enough mutandis I created mutandis, which is just mandrakes, eggs, and stuff. Just, how can I get eggs? I have chickens, like, just right there. And also I have a food chest, which has no eggs in it right now, but yeah, I've had them in there before. So essentially, I've been doing a lot of little witchery tediousness. That's a very loud truck outside. So I've been pretty much just doing some tediousness on this stuff. So I've not been doing anything spectacular. So really, there was nothing interesting really to record. I started laying out where the altar should be, and I did clear out this this ender chest moderately. Some of it still got some stuff in it, but yeah. I did start laying out where I want my witchery stuff should be. I created, obviously I created the cauldron and the fire underneath it to burn, and I still haven't broke this. Let's break that and get that out of the way. And I created a water pool, which allows me to quickly do that. I boosted this altar up to where I have 2,628 power, and I remember this where I went to the end and I fought the Ender Dragon. Well, this is what I wanted this for. It is now 3,628, so that boosts my altar power up quite a bit. I went ahead and made the spinning wheel, the distilleries, and the stuff to go around this. The torches are laid out around these to boost the altar and to decrease the power needed to run the cauldron so I can get the gold chalk. It's kind of just tedious stuff that I have to do the witchery junk. So I didn't want to be too very on camera with a lot of this stuff. I have no food in my inventory. Just realized that. So there's a lot of stuff I just decided, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of tedious witchery stuff off camera. And one thing I noticed with the saplings, getting back with the saplings, which is why I just went for the saplings, is that they have an EMC value, which is why I just went directly for the saplings. The saplings have the EMC value, so I could use equivalent exchange in this mod pack to basically pull out as many as I want. So I can go in here as I get my book out again because I was still fiddling with things. When you're trying to learn new things, you fiddle with stuff. I can actually pull out as many saplings as I want to, and because I have rowan, if I can tap it right, rowan, hawthorn, and the alder saplings, and I can burn a stack at a time. That's pretty much what I did before. I still have some up here in this chest right here. I have a little bit of mandrakes and stuff like that. Things that don't have exchange values that I just have to create myself as I go along. Just tiny things. I also, in the meanwhile, have been playing with portal turrets. These things are very, very cheap to make. They are essentially just iron, redstone, and obsidian. The reason these are separate is because I kept clicking and creating different ones until I ended up with 4 of these guys. The reason I'm not going to place these guys down, I'll show you these. These things are really, really cool. Because, obviously I remember that I had the portal gun mod installed. The reason, these guys are actually really cool. They'll actually shoot enemies and stuff. But they have really low health. But these guys are really, really cool. Hang on, let me get these. I forget that they face that way. I forget that they face. There you go. They're really, really cool. So look at them. Look how cool that guy is. He'll actually shoot enemies in front of him. Like if a moth flies down, he'll shoot at it. But this is a basic turret. These are oracle turrets. If I put 4 of these down in a row. Oh, I actually have 5 of them. Oh, that's interesting. I ended up with 5 oracle turrets. But basically, if I put 5 of these things down, 4 of these things are down in a row, they'll do the turret song, and they actually play it in game. So I actually had the volume up really high earlier. So my in-game volume might sound kind of weird and different. That's because I will have the in-game volume up high because I was listening to the turret song. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I was playing with the turrets. Ow. They can shoot me as well. I didn't mean to put you down. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Another thing to do with these turrets, which is actually one of my favorite things to do with these turrets, is to make one a defective turret. Because they're just hilarious. It's basically the jokes that defective turrets in the game actually do. Which is just fun. Give me my turret. There you go. Because I actually have like a sound bank file thing on my phone. I don't think you can hear him very well. But he actually has a sound bank for the defective turret. I don't like the fact that... See, I have him, so I can actually dupe him. So I can actually just leave him here and just have a nice little thing. I actually think... Yeah. I'm now a freaking turret. It's because the laser. I was wondering why I got so many different morphs for the turrets. It's because of their arms and stuff counted them as different entities. But I'm a portal turret. Yeah. I'm a turret. That's fabulous. I didn't think they would actually count as entities. Because they're actually considered items more than anything. So that's just interesting to mess with. Just to be perfectly honest with you. And there's an oracle turret somewhere. She's probably in this list as well. I'm hearing him talk. Yeah, he's probably in there somewhere too, but I stopped playing with Morph a long time ago. But the fact that I can become a turret, which is just fabulous. Oh, when I came back, my TARDIS is no longer there. It's on the other side of the mountain near my kobolds. In fact, let me sleep I just realized what time of day it is. Let's go have some food before I set back out and do some stuff. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, is while I was waiting for pretty much saplings to burn and things like that, I was playing with turrets. I also realized that after I went through the chest and like manually moved everything over, I'm like, why did I manually move everything over? I remember that I have this gravity gun, which allows me to move things. Yeah, so I could have easily just picked up the chest and done that. But, you know, that would have been too easy, I suppose. Just too easy. Yeah, just... yeah. That would have just been too easy for me. So, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, so we're just gonna leave Mr. Defect Dude chilling there, and we're not gonna go much into this very much today, because I really don't want to bore you too much with the magic ones, because witchery, I've done it so many times. Let me just give you a little story here. I love it, but part of me hates it. I put my clap head on my hotbar. I love it, but I hate it. It takes a very, very long time to do witchery effectively. It takes a very, very long time to just pretty much get through it. The thing I mean the next, and it's the thing about witchery is it's not bad. It's not bad, it's just very, very tedious at times. It has such tedious aspects to it that it can, I created way too much wood. It can get so tedious that you get frustrated. That's the thing about it. It can get so tedious and so frustrating that you just don't want to do it anymore. And that's almost where I've gotten to before, because there's a way. The fact is, I've played Regrowth, and I've also played Sky Factory. In Regrowth, however, you have to... there's a specific set of mods and stuff installed in Regrowth, and there are a great deal of reliance on things like witchery, unfortunately. Now, witchery, as I said, is not bad, as I said, but however, after you have spent tons of other hours on other stuff, you kind of feel the grind on it after a while. It's like, oh yeah, I've done this and this and this, and now I've got to spend all the time on that. So it's like, I've done all this, but now I've got to do something else. Now what I'm working on right now is I'm working to make something called gypsum. I'm trying to work to get the chalk. Chalk I need to be able to make the circles. I need the circles in order to make just anything else. The thing let me explain what I'm trying to do in witchery here. My end goal in witchery is to infuse myself. I probably won't go any further than that unless I get to the point that I send myself to Torment and fight the Torment boss. Do I really want to do that? Not really, because he's actually really big of a pushover. I'm too overpowered to fight the Torment boss. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's absolutely totally pointless for me to fight the Torment boss. Because... yeah, I hear you, dude. But I don't see the point in me fighting some of the bosses in the mods, such as such as, you know, witchery and... Because in this thing, there's also witchery. You should be distilling. Yeah, they're distilling. There's witchery. There's ore spawn. There is not Britannia. I don't think there's blood magic. No, there's not blood magic. You can become a vampire in here. The mods that I really want to experience in this mod pack is ore spawn, possibly the superheroes mod, and maybe the Transformers mod, a little bit of it. But there's really not anything you can do with the... Yeah, there's like no bosses and stuff for the Transformers mod. It's just the armor. That's the only problem there. Is there's no end goal to... There's no end goal to get it. It's just for display. So, You have to think about that. You have to think, is it worth it when there's so many other things you can do, so many other things you can make, and so many other methods you can come across. So I have to think about, is it worth for me to spend my time doing this, that, and that, when there's other things I can do. So, the only reason I want to inform myself is just increase power. And constantly increase power. Because I want to do the rite of the nether. Again, I'm going to have refined evil. Which I'm going to have to go fight some gas. Once I have one gas tier, I will be good. Which will be fine because I'm pretty sure it has exchange back. Yeah, it does. I don't know if I have had a gas tier yet. I have gas tiers. Okay, so I'm set. So all I have to do is create those things. So we'll be fine. So let's create the chalk. Chalk is Tear of Goddess. I can never remember all these things. Tear of Goddess is Breath of Goddess and Lapis. I think the chickens, there's an egg right there. The chickens are just like stuck there. Just like stuck forevermore. So, Breath of Goddess and Lapis. See, I've learned also to make multiple distilleries because it's a waste of my time to not do multiple distilleries because it just takes so long. I really need to make some crafting tables out here, I think. I really do. It looks like a Pac-Man. I don't know if I can't remember if this was here before, but this is clearly a Pac-Man chunk. A cliff racer. Try alien, I know what they are. And salt. I was like, that's clearly a Pac-Man because it ate an entire chunk. So as long as I have one, I need actually a couple because I'll need several sets of chalk. But as long as I have one for now, I'll be good because I'll be able to draw around those two sets of things. I'll be able to draw my big circle and I'll be able to do the gold thing because I have to have a full chalk to make the gold thing. I'm kind of picky. But that's a thing that I have to deal with. So I need wood ash. Do I have wood ash on me? No, I do not have wood ash on me. Let's get some wood ash. And let us create the chalk. And yes, I know I get two, but I only need one at the moment. And this allow me to replace the torches down here. Well, let me show you what I've been doing. I found these gravity guns from the Pac-Man. the anti-trip. I have been like picking up the ants and like dropping them in water. I really have. I have actually been dropping them in water. That's not a lie. I've been picking them up and dropping them in water. That way they're like out of my way and out of my face and dead and all the other good stuff. So I was being evil, in other words. I thought about putting them in the hole so I could teleport to them easily, but I'm like, why? I got the TARDIS thing and I adjust it, level it up myself with the commands to level it up, you know, make it powerful and stuff. Because I'm just not going to wait 30 million years when I'm just playing for fun, mainly, to level up a machine that I use just to teleport dimensions. It's like powering my nether portal, essentially. But it's what my mission was today, was to get those circles drawn. Now, I've got to surround those circles with things like pumpkins and melons. I don't have any melons. I have melon slices that I can turn into MC and melonize them. So that's one thing I can do. And I have pumpkins growing here. So I don't know why I just didn't grow just one of them and just use it. I thought of that later, but I was like, well, I've got them planted now, so it's no big deal. So, yeah. I think it's like 10 of each, and I can have a nice setup. So I hope that wasn't too boring. I did that again. I hope that wasn't too boring of a little witchery detour. As soon as I can infuse myself, it'll be the better, and I'll be pretty much done with witchery, and I can just leave everything derelict. My hobgoblins, I have them just sitting for now because they have gathered quite a bit of stuff. They have gathered me 55 dust. That may be enough. I think I need, I don't remember. I don't feel like I'm halving at the moment. But yeah, so that is all I have time for today. As I said, I hope it wasn't too much craziness for my detour into witchery. And that is all I have for now. And I will see you all next time. Hopefully, I'm going to do a little bit more off camera. I'm going to get the circles set up, the big circle set up for witchery. And next time, I'm going to try to get a lot more prepped up. And we'll see about, if I don't make the gold chalk on off camera, we'll see about doing the gold chalk on camera and see about doing all the rituals in succession. If I can do if I can get all the materials gathered up, besides the tombstones and all that other stuff, if I can do all that off camera, then we can just finish up with witchery like super fast. Like, I gotta pop it. I gotta do the death protection pop it, which means I need to get Spanish moss. So yeah, I got a lot of off-camera stuff to do. I got a lot of off-camera setup to do down there. And as I said, I don't want to do too much witchery stuff on camera, because I know the witchery mod can be really tedious. I could spend 2.5 hours just on the witchery mod alone. I just don't really want to do that. I want this to be about the chronicles of my adventure, which is pretty much, yes, I am doing this as well as part of my adventure, but I don't want you to be, because even I find it kind of tedious and somewhat boring. And as I said, I tab out, and if I find it boring enough to want to just shove stuff in these furnaces, open the menu so my menu doesn't tab, and tab out to watch a video for 20 minutes and then come back in, I don't want to make you feel the same way. So that's why I did what I did and did a lot of stuff off camera. So I have caught back up, updating you with what I'm up to, and I'm going to do some more stuff off camera. And next time, if I don't get the witchery stuff finished up and set up, we'll I'll see about, as I said, I'm going to get pumpkins and melons, and I'm going to get this thing up as high as I can get it. And we will get this thing set up for the infusion ritual, and we will see about finishing, essentially, witchery quite soon. That way, before too much longer, we can go on and fight. We can go fight the Mobzilla and all the other bosses and stuff. Because I'm going to tell you one thing about the infusion route that I want to do. I want to test it on the mobs. Because there's a little thing you can do in the ritual I want to do. The rite of infusion that I desire to do allows you to enslave a mob to your will. I don't think it'll work on Orspawn, but I want to see. I really am curious. I don't think it will, but we'll see. So anyway, I think that will be all I have for now. And we will see you next time. Me and my character, I suppose. And that is all for now. And I'll see you then. Bye!